Bien, parmi les résolutions qui ont été prises figure la réforme de sécurité ou bien du Conseil de sécurité de l'ONU et la résolution pacifique des conflits sur la base de la médiation de l'Organisation des Nations Unies. Eh bien, Monsieur Amadou Tanté, voilà, à l'issue de ce sommet, là, on est en droit de comprendre que il y a des processus qui sont en branle pour élargir le pouvoir dans tout le monde entier. Alors, est-ce qu'on peut dire à la fin que c'est la fin du monde unipolaire?
Well, Mr. Lasha, can you just briefly describe?
Est-ce que c'est la fin du monde unipolaire? Est-ce que nous acheminons ainsi à la multipolarité?
About BRICS
Voilà.
summit, the 15th summit that took place in South Africa, and Cameroon stated its position when it comes to the new world order. He's asking that that summit which took place, it the new, I don't know, new channel for a new leader, world leader to emerge? That's what he's asking.
Well, let me say that we have been having so many summit as such, but the issue is that whenever they come up with a resolution, it's just very important.
To end to end the other people who have been like the US and other Western world that have been leading. He's asking, this BRICS is coming to tamper with those that have been leading the world.
Well, I know that we are in a modern world today. That it's not easy for a country or maybe Africa or other countries to work individually with that, like one way or other, collaborating with other factions. So I know that Africans, first of all, let me say that Africans first of all need to do everything possible to like the meeting that was held in Africa. They need to start thinking of being independent by their own self. Because sometimes when they sit on meeting, and so they keep saying that the other European
Russia apparently is the champion of that.
It's not a matter of being champion. Africa need to start thinking of how they are going to liberate themselves and to remain Africans and do the things in the African way and African way without having influence from any other person. You cannot be running. Sometimes, if often say that it's preferable to live with a devil you know than to go for a devil you don't know. Russia is claiming out to give a very good image to us that the institution will be, Russia will be a very good partner for Africa, which is to me I think is false. Even when these other people, the French and the other colony were coming and all the like, they were doing everything possible to tell us that they will be the best for us. So I think the best thing that should be done by Africans should be for them to understand themselves, keep egoism aside, come unite by themselves to make sure that we have a united Africa where they can do their things easily.
As an island, right? You cannot.
We cannot do an island. We need to collaborate with. They are supposed to be limit for everything. We need to collaborate with other partners.
So what is the reason being skeptical about Russia? Is it the human rights record, or what is it that they are not really comfortable with?
No, the first thing I would say here is that because of the human rights record we're having in Russia, we know we are all aware of what is currently going in Russia. The rate of human rights violation that is being perpetrated right away in Russia by the defense and security forces. So we are going in for a country where they are trying to do everything possible to make sure that they silence opinion holders, they silence or opinion holders, they are committing grievous human rights violations. So it's not as if I'm supporting the other partner or the like. What thing I'm saying is that Africa need to start thinking of how they can unite by themselves. Because we are here in Cameroon, we have other neighboring countries here that you cannot do. They are talking about free trade whatsoever, and all those things are ending only on papers. And so the funny thing is that some of these African leaders seem to be really hypocrite. When they go in for a summit as such, you see them giving recommendations saying that they are coming in for pacific ways of conflict resolution. Meanwhile, they have conflict in their own country. They are unable to settle it in a pacific way. They are using violence to solve problems in their own country. But when they go to the international line, they start showing good image.
Maybe let me take the outing of the PMA that has to do with what President Paul Biya sent him to go and do. Maybe the producer should put Cameroon Insider on the screen, talking about what the PM said during that meeting in South Africa. You know, like I earlier mentioned, the Prime Minister, Dr. Joseph Diongute, he restated the position of, or the position long championed by the head of state, President Paul Biya, when it comes to a fairer, more united and more equitable world in which there is shared growth and prosperity for each and every nation. That's what President Paul Biya said, that he wants a world where you have unity, you have equitable distribution of wealth, not just on certain part of the world. He cited Africa, that Africa is always left behind when it comes to when certain and very important decisions are being taken regarding how well the world should be run.
That statement from His Excellency President Pobia is just a good example of what I was saying here, because you can bear with me that President Pobia is talking about the equitable distribution of wealth when the rate of social injustice in Cameroon is too much. At least when we are saying something, to say charity begins at home. You cannot go to the international community and start preaching for equitable society or equitable Africa and all the like. Meanwhile, you are on country, you are unable to distribute wealth equitably. So those are the kind of hypocritical words or the kind of things that I see that make me very annoyed. Because they need to, at least we are fighting. That's why we are here fighting for injustice in Cameroon. Because we just left here when talking about discrimination. Somebody, a journalist, arrested, tortured, and killed, maybe because he's an Anglophone. Some other person because he don't have anybody in power, don't have any influence. They just arrest the person, detain you later on the beat and kill you to death. You do not have any voice or anything to say, and you go